Okay. Called order the June 25th, 2013 meeting of the Glendale City Council and the Glendale Successor Agency at 3:10 p.m. We have a roll call for the council.
Council members: Friedman, Najarian, here. Quintero,
Here.
Sinanian, Mayor Weaver.
Here. And for the Successor Agency.
Board members: Friedman, Najarian,
Here.
Quintero,
Here.
Sinanian, Mayor Weaver.
Here.
Chair Weaver.
Here. A report, please.
The agenda for the June 25th, 2013 joint public meeting of City Council and Successor Agency was posted on Friday, June 21st, 2013 on the bulletin board outside City Hall. The item before you is Director of Economic Development and Community Services and Parks regarding bid results for the 216 South Brand Boulevard and Central Park Paseo project in connection with specification number 3461R. 1A, a Successor Agency resolution dispensing with competitive bidding and authorizing an agreement with W.E. O'Neill Construction Company of California. 1B, a Successor Agency resolution granting an easement deed to the city of for the public pedestrian purposes. And 1C is council resolution accepting the grant of an easement deed for a Successor Agency for public pedestrian purposes.
Thank you. Mr. Cho.
Yes, sir. This is the much anticipated Paseo and Mona build-out, not the approval of the actual Mona project, but the build-out of the shell. We have gone through a couple of fits and starts in this bidding process overall. At this point, as was read to you, we are asking that we forego that process based on the outcome of the bids and the screening of those respective bidders, and that the council authorize us to move forward with W.E. O'Neill Construction based on that screening process. And Mr. Lanzafame can address any questions that you may have.
If we have questions. Do we have any questions?
I have questions.
Mr. Lanzafame.
I want to also have the Glendale residents. What's the final sort of design for the Paseo? What did we finally agree on?
The Paseo, some time ago, the City Council and Redevelopment Agency back then looked at a larger configuration, if you will, design that included a water feature, some I'll call them flooring material, but some ground material that was special, some planting, landscaping that would then tie into the larger parking lot 10 that is behind. That plan, it also included some neon signs. We wanted to make the Paseo available by running conduit and what have you so that we could display signs and make that area active. We are still planning to do that. Those were going to be paid for with the 2010 bonds. We got our finding of completion and release on those bonds. At the time that we were bidding this out, we did not know if we would be able to use those. So we plugged in what we call the minimal design, which was just some concrete, some shade trees. We have left that in here just in case something unexpected happens. But we expect that $150,000 that was credited for that part of the project to not be spent, and rather we will come back to you with bids and specifications for that larger project.
And this minimal bid, if and when we come back with the other design, we're obviously not going to tear up concrete or anything else. This minimal
phase work.
This phase work is compatible with what we're going to do next.
In fact, what we hope to be able to time it so that we are in front of you with a design, get it out for bid, and award that bid in time to start that construction when it would have with the phasing of this larger project. So we don't anticipate putting in anything that we have to tear up. In fact, we hope the timing is just right so that we'll be awarding a bid for the Paseo when it's time to do that part of the project.
Okay, great. Sounds good.
And I agree with you, with staff on the O'Neill bid. It's not the lowest, but considering the problems we could be getting into with the low bid, unfortunately, it makes all the sense in the world to go with Berghoff, who has an excellent track record. So looking forward to them. Their projects come in on time and on budget. That's very important. So I'm comfortable with that move.
Can you tell us about the easement deed? The need for that is
Exactly.
our codes or something?
We do. The building code does not allow you to exit onto something other than right-of-way or private property. So that would technically be just a fee parcel. What we're asking is that the successor agency grant an easement, which will act like right-of-way, to the city of Glendale for that paseo, so that we can have our plans checked and we can have those openings on the property line. The city then needs to accept that easement.
So if the successor agency does it and the city doesn't want to do it, we have a problem.
If you suddenly go schizophrenic, yes.
We would.
That'd be interesting.
I would remind the chair, though, that we did bring this concept to you.
I know.
I know you
I'd
did.
just like to see this
I know.
kind of a scenario play out for once.
I will say, though, that if and when the successor agency is able to deed that property over to the city, that easement would go away, and we would do what we need to do to make it right of way.
Right. Okay, any other questions? Okay, there's two successor agency motions, at 1A and B.
I will move for the successor agency, both items.
There's a
Second?
roll call, 1A and B.
Board members Friedman, Najarian,
Yes.
Quintero,
Yes.
Sinanian, Chair Weaver.
Aye. And a council resolution at 1C.
I'll move 1C.
Second?
Council
Roll call.
members Friedman, Najarian,
Yes.
Quintero,
Yes.
Sinanian, Mayor Weaver.
Aye. Okay, is there a motion to adjourn for the council?
So moved.
Motion to adjourn for the successor agency. And I'll second that.
So we both stand adjourned. Okay, start breaking ground. Like to see some progress down there.